started filling on Monday. We're going to go through and vacuum the pool, backwash quite often to get whatever we can out of the water, and then we will start adding chemicals on Friday. We try to fill it up early, one, because we want the water to be warm enough. We also want to get staff training in before Memorial Day weekend, and we want them outside in the outdoor pool so that way they're used to their stations and zones and rotations before the opening weekend. The pool will open Memorial Day weekend. It'll be open that Saturday, Sunday, Monday from 12 to 6. Regular summer hours will be Monday through Friday, 1 to 9, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 12 to 6, with potential rentals afterwards. The pool is always available for parties. Like I said, that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can rent the pool from 6 to 7:30 or 7:45 to 9:15, whether it's a birthday party. We've had some class reunions here and just small get-togethers. We will be adding the private lessons as we did during the fall on Tuesday, Thursday evenings. Those will be inside. Our other swim lessons, we'll have our group lessons Monday through Friday mornings for 2-week sessions, and then Monday, Wednesday evenings for 4-week sessions indoors. For kids to come to the pool by themselves, they do need to be at least 10 years of age. If they're 9 years old or younger, they need to come with someone that's 16 years of age or older. This year we have added in the past a deep end band. So when kids come that are younger than 12 years of age, they do need a deep end band that proves that they've taken a deep end test. If they do lose their band, it is a $2 fee to get that band replaced, and they need to go to the concession stand for that. If any kid needs to take the deep end test, they'll want to go to the indoor lifeguard that's standing by the deep end. They will conduct all the deep end tests at the beginning of summer. Everyone will need to retake any tests for the summer seasons. General admission is going to be $3 for 3-year-olds to 18-year-olds. Adults is going to be $4. We do have double dollar days on the first weekend of June, July, and August, and then we are offering a movie night, which will be free on July 21st. Some features we do have our diving board, which is a 1 meter. We do have a high dive, which is a 3 meter. We have 2 large slides and then a small play feature with a slide for younger kids. Along with our mushroom sprays, and then floatables, which are just large flotations that kids can play on. We will be doing our 3rd annual dog swim the weekend after Labor Day on that Sunday, following the Iowa State game. We are changing the hours. We are going to start at 11 o'clock and we'll go till 3 p.m. that day. People can pre-register. It'll be $5 for pre-registry. Day of is going to be $7. They just need to bring proof of their shots with distemper and rabies.
So summer reading program is just around the corner. We're getting ready for our kickoff party on May 23rd from 5:30 to 7 at the Zeller Street Hills Bank location here in North Liberty. So the old or original location, not the new one. That night we will have, oh goodness, well, we always have hot dogs and lemonade and popcorn, and there's crafts and a bouncy house, and we're going to be playing with Legos. So lots of fun activities. And if it's rainy, as we found out last year, we will just do it in the community room down in the basement of Hills Bank. So we'll do everything that we have planned except for the bouncy house. Everyone is welcome to attend. This is a kickoff party primarily for the kids summer reading program, which is birth through just completed grade 5, and their families. But usually everyone comes. But yeah, it's mainly for the kids programs and their families. So this year, in honor of the library preparing to go into construction for our expansion, we are all 3 programs are sort of construction themed. The kids one is Library Assemble, so like the library getting assembled, and we're gonna do lots of building programs. We're gonna find out how birds build their nests, and we're gonna make, in honor of what we just learned from our city staff training day, we're gonna use random objects to build the biggest tower. And I think we were gonna do something with recycling, but that kind of fell through. So we might be I'm thinking of doing something with cake, like building something fancy out of cake. Programs are Tuesday mornings from June 19th through July 24th. And they're either at 9:30 or 10:30, whichever works best for people coming. They're planned to last 45 minutes, but they don't always last that time. So, parents can hang out in the library. Last year we had lots of parents that stayed down for the whole program too. So that's always fun. So we have the 5 weekly programs, and then on the 24th we do our finale, which will be similar to years before. We always have like games and prizes, and we had a bouncy house at it last year, mainly because we got rained out at the finale or at the kickoff. So we may do that again, but bouncy houses are heavy. And I think we're gonna come up with a way to build sandcastles out in the back, possibly with colored sand. Ooh. We have our program side, and then we also have the actual reading part. So everyone who participates gets a reading log. So preschool kids get read to. So for every day, mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever reads with the child for 20 minutes, they just initial. And when you fill in all the, so it's designed to do it for over a 6-week period. When you're all done with that, you just bring it back into the library, and then you will get your t-shirt. And then for the kids, we encourage them to read 30 books over the summer at their just right reading level. So some kids are, crazy in reading like 1,000-page books. So we have a little chart on there to say that that doesn't count for just one book. I think we have a lot of kids who like to read, and they're definitely encouraged to, because we go into the schools and we tell them all about the programs, and all the teachers are telling them that they should participate. So it's good. It's good to keep up reading skills over the summer. We don't want anyone, summer's a long time. We don't want people forgetting all that they've learned, and we also encourage that, hey, this is the time where you can read what you want to, not what you're being told to. So Thursday afternoons, June 21st through July 26th, Thursday afternoons 1 to 3, we are going to have sort of every week have a group of kids come together and play with Legos. I do Lego stuff usually like once a semester, so we're going to try something every day of the week. We're going to kind of have so one week the first week we're going to make buildings and towers, and then one week we'll build something with wheels, like not necessarily a car, but something that has wheels. One week we'll build something, I'm just calling it wildlife, so it can be any sort of animal, but I'd probably, plants are fun to build too, just so, play with Legos, have a little construction time. Everything is open to how, and to what level you want to participate. You can do just the reading. You can do just just come to the programs, or you can come just to the Legos, or you can do all three. Pick, we say pick and choose. So the summer is going to be very busy. We're going to have lots of activities going on, lots of kids coming in and out, and we will also be having lots of construction equipment around the building, hopefully, and you'll be seeing changes sometimes every day. So we encourage everyone to come in and see the progress we're making on the building, and to participate in any programs, and to keep reading all summer long.
So, to the person who wants the Bud Light and Miller Lite, Coors Light, I have no problem with that. That's great. But for this event, we're featuring all Iowa products. And obviously, those beers are not brewed in Iowa. And we want to expose you to some new local craft beers. And this is a great way to do it. And you're going to be surprised, and you're going to love it. I promise.
So what does it mean that it's a craft beer?
It's handcrafted. I mean, from the grain to the mill to the kettle to the mash tun. I mean, it's all made usually by one person. Recipes made by that person, brewed by that person, and most of the times, it's all produced in one location. It's not some big conglomerate that has, $100 million of equipment. I mean, you're talking about much smaller operations, and people are pretty serious about their craft, and they're trying to really change the market and become a big part of it.
So if someone likes things like Bud Light or whatever, is there something there that they can have that will answer to that palate?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we would never come in there on a hot summer day with over-the-top imperial stouts and crazy beers that nobody wants on a hot day. So yeah, we'll have light beers, we'll have wheat beers, we'll have cider, and IPAs. And even the IPA is kind of intimidating, it's a little bit more bitter, but the ones we're bringing have a lot more of the floral, grapefruit, fruity characteristics, and I think that's going to really resonate nice on a hot day too. So,
Res Ale House is bringing about 100 kegs to the party, so there's going to be all kinds of choices. So yeah,
that's the goal. Is just to make sure that if you haven't been introduced to craft beers, just to find to find different ways to do it. And this is a really easy introductory way to get into it and to try new things and to just usually it's an exposure issue. People just haven't been exposed to the products yet. And so when they have that time, they can just get in there and they can actually try it in a stress-free environment. It's pretty cool, and you don't have to commit to a six-pack. You can just have one beer.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, my name is Craig Vopero. I'm a captain with the North Liberty Fire Department, and I wanted to give you guys an update today on what the fire department's doing this spring and this summer. First of all, the one thing that we're really excited about is in June we're going to be receiving a brand new medium-duty rescue truck. This truck will be the truck that we will use to respond to medicals and first truck that we will use to respond to vehicle accidents. So this will be the truck that we use the most. It's been kind of a long process. Actually, the truck was due for delivery back in April, but it was delayed at the manufacturer, and so it got pushed back until June. But we started designing the truck about a year and a half ago. So it's been a long process, but we're excited to finally get it in service. We are replacing our current truck. The current truck that we're replacing is we bought new in 1993. So as you can see, it's obviously quite old. Another thing that we're excited about this year at the fire station is we're getting a new exhaust system for inside the fire station. And this new exhaust system is going to be installed in the apparatus bay. And what it will do is the exhaust system will have hoses hooked up to the exhaust pipes of all the fire trucks. Then that way when we start the trucks inside, we are not exposed to all the harmful emissions from the diesel engines, and they go right through this exhaust system. And actually it was the City Council that approved this, and so we're very thankful that they approved this exhaust system. And once again, that should probably be installed sometime late this year. So we're probably looking October, November, if all goes as planned. Without the exhaust system, right now when you start a truck up, or if you start multiple trucks up, if we have a big incident, as you can imagine, the smell of diesel fumes can get very overwhelming inside the apparatus bay. Right now, with the way that it is, if the trucks are inside running for any amount of time, they can really, it can almost get nauseous in there from the fumes. Actually, all fire departments, pretty much all fire departments that are being built now, new ones or ones that are going through remodels, they have similar systems. I know Iowa City's brand new station, Station 4, has a similar system. And also, volunteer departments such as North Liberty, they have a little bit harder time getting the funding for these type of systems. And for instance, I know that Solon Fire Department has an exhaust system, which would be very similar to what we get. So it's nice when the volunteer departments can come up with the funding to have these systems in place. Another thing is the North Liberty Fire Department will be bringing on 5 new probationary members this June. Those members, like I said, they'll start in June. Then they have a year-long probationary period with us, and then during that year-long probationary period, they go through firefighter training and through EMT training as well. We are always looking for new members, so if anybody's ever interested in what it takes to become a member of the North Liberty Fire Department, just visit our website at www.nlfire.org. First-year volunteer can expect, it is a big time commitment. Like I said, firefighter training, that's usually held at least once every week. It's a national regulated course, so there's a certain amount of time that somebody has to put in order to get their certification at the end of it. And that class, those week-long classes can last up to 6 to 7 months. So, and then after that is the EMT class, and that's usually done through Kirkwood, and that's a semester long. So the time commitment is pretty significant. Staffing-wise, without the 5 new probationary firefighters that are coming on board in June, North Liberty Fire Department, we currently have 38 members on the department, and that consists of 1 chief, 2 assistant chiefs, 4 captains, and 4 lieutenants, and that's our current member status. The North Liberty Fire Department is very proactive in its training. We have monthly training in both fire and EMS services. So a couple things that we're going to be doing this year, this summer I guess I should say, for fire training is we're going to have live fire, which is we'll actually probably go down to Coralville and use their burn tower down there and actually simulate a fire and what it takes to extinguish it and all that. And then also we're going to have vehicle extrication training, vehicle fire training, and those are just a few of the trainings that we're going to have this summer for fire. And then of course EMS wise, we have ongoing training all the time to keep up all of our certifications from an EMS standard. The North Liberty Fire Department, all of our members are certified at a EMTB level service or greater. We have a few people in our department that are certified as paramedics as well. So far, it has been a very busy for calls for the North Liberty Fire Department. As of right now, we are at 246 calls for the year, which may not seem like a lot, but it really is. It still averages about a call and a half a day right now. This time compared to last year, we are busier right now than what we were this time last year. So who knows what the rest of the year will bring, but it's still been a very busy year for us. Statistically, the most calls that we have are, of course, medical calls, and then we average I would say about 600 of those a year or so, medical calls. And then the rest of the calls that we have every year are a combination of actual fires, vehicle accidents, public assist calls, but the majority of them are medicals. Obviously, the spring and the summertime for the North Liberty Fire Department is not just busy for call volume wise, it's busy for public education events. We got quite a few things coming up this summer. First thing that's going to be coming up here is Blues and Barbecue, which is going to be held May 26th. The North Liberty Fire Department will be there with numerous activities for the kids and adults, and we'll have a truck there so people can come up and take a look at everything. We also, of course, have the Fun Days. The Fun Days is going to be held, I believe it starts June 7th, of course, on Thursday, June 7th, we're going to have what we call Truck and Churn Out at Fun Days, which will actually be held at Penn Elementary. What that means is we'll have a couple trucks up there. Depending on the weather, we'll have air care there so that the public can stop by and take a look at the trucks that we have and the different type of equipment that we have on the trucks. And like I said earlier, if the weather is good, air care will be there too, which the kids always like. Salute to Summer is sponsored by the North Liberty Fire Department. I believe it's going to be our third annual Salute to Summer celebration. It's held at Bobber's. I believe it's going to be August 14th. Once again, we invite the community to come out and have a good time with us. That's what it's all about.
The whole process with transit, looking at a transit upgrade, started many months ago, and the council appointed a transit task force, and that task force was charged with evaluating our current service and determining whether more or less was needed. And in the end, the task force recommended to council to expand our current route to include a few more stops every morning and every evening. The former route used to just basically shoot up Front Street, pick up folks along there, and then hop over to the rec center and then head back down on Front Street. The new route is what we're calling a loop route, and it crosses on Gulfview Drive now, the new street we just put in, and like I said, goes over a little farther west behind Fairway in that area. The times are relatively the same. We're still around that 7 o'clock pickup time and coming home around that 5 or 6 o'clock area. So it does make for a long day for folks if they take it to and from. And if we see success and we see folks using this, we may look at additional routes. The Transit Task Force is scheduled to meet again in the next few months to evaluate the new route, to look at what's happening, and at that point they may make a further recommendation to City Council. It's real advantageous for the city to work with another transit provider. To go out and do this on our own would be extremely expensive, and frankly it doesn't make a lot of sense considering we have three bus services right in the area. So partnering with Coralville Transit made a lot of sense. It helps them with some of their costs. In addition, we can get a service at a much lesser rate than if we were doing it ourselves. I think this new route is going to be beneficial to the community because it's another service we're providing. A lot of folks, when they look at cities to move to, they're looking at what services they offer. What is their rec center like? What are their kids' programs like? Do they have a library? Transit is something that I think is getting more attention now, especially when gas prices are, nearing $4 a gallon. More people are probably going to be looking at transit. So, the more offerings we can provide our residents, the better it is for our current residents and for marketing of our community in the future. That said, we do have to look at the financial side of things, and it needs to make sense. And obviously transit is always going to be a subsidized service, and the question that the policymakers are going to have to answer, in this case the council, is how much are we willing to subsidize. And the advantage to this route is while it's going to be adding some services, the actual cost won't go up as much, relatively speaking, when you compare it to services, because they were already up in this area, they being Coralville Transit, already up in this area providing the service. So we feel from a cost standpoint that this loop route will not add a great deal of cost, but provide some good service to the community. You know, as with any new initiative or big project, we try to get the information out to the public. And of course, I think the best source for the public to find more information about our transit upgrade and transit route is to go to the website and take a look at the maps on there. I think we even have a map that shows the times of the pickup at different locations. Of course, we use the traditional media sources as well, and have had information in the papers, as well as you know, sending it off to the news websites, and I know they've picked the story up as well. But your best source of information at this point now is to go to the website and check out what we're offering for new transit service.